It's over. Time to say it again, Boston. Anything's possible. Banner number 18 has been secured.
And just like that, the Boston Celtics are the 2024 NBA champions.
The first half, Tatum sidestep three-pointer. It's good! Jason Tatum from downtown.
After getting blown out on the road in Game 4, the Celtics came back with a vengeance and pretty much ended the game in the first half.
Here comes Brown. Brown goes up. Layup is good.
The history books remain undefeated as there was no 0-3 comeback for the Dallas Mavericks. The Boston Celtics just continued to prove that they were the better team, not only on the defensive end, but the offensive end as well. The biggest argument for the Mavericks was their star-studded backcourt, but in the overall view of the series, Boston's duo were arguably better, or at the very least, even.
Jaylen Brown with the flush! A savage slam from Brown.
And that's exactly Dallas's problem. Luka and Kyrie needed to be the best offensive players on the floor every single game for the Mavericks to achieve any sort of advantage, given the Celtics have a much better team that matches up significantly easier. Despite Kyrie having the most experience in the finals,
Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good! Kyrie Irving from downtown!
he was unable to perform in Boston. No matter how early he showed up, no matter how much he practiced, and no matter how easy the shots were, Kyrie Irving could not show up and play like Kyrie in Boston.
Kyrie Irving sets, can't hit.
On the Celtics' home floor, Kyrie averaged 14 points on 34% from the field and 11% from 3. If the second best player on the team is putting up numbers like these against a team as stacked as Boston is, winning is nearly impossible. And as far as Luka goes, he had a solid series with his biggest struggles being on the defensive end. However, I honestly think the only game where his defense was the sole difference between winning and losing was Game 3. But at the end of the day, Luka is just not a great defender, and the Celtics are the worst possible team for Luka to match up with. On most occasions, Luka can defend a weaker offensive player, but against Boston, there is no weak offensive player, and that's why Luka struggled so much, in addition to the fact that he was already injured. The Boston Celtics displayed not only individual excellence, but team domination.
Goes at Doncic, gets inside, layup, shot is good! Somehow he muscled it in!
The all-around versatility of Boston's core four, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday, and Derek White, perfectly contained the Mavericks' entire offensive game plan pretty much every single game besides the Game 4 blowout.
Tatum the drive, Tatum the finish! Timeout, Dallas!
With the ability to switch on every screen, every cut, every handoff, and just guard one-on-one in general, Luka and Kyrie were never really able to exploit any mismatches. And in the times that they did, the Mavericks' offense became incredibly stagnant, just a game of one-on-one.
Doncic, an easy floater, that one rattles in.
The credit goes to Joe Mazzulla and the Celtics' game plan. They shut off all of the role players and made it incredibly difficult for Luka and Kyrie. From the start of the game, it had already looked like the Celtics were ready to win. The closing minutes of the first quarter was the tale of the game. With about a minute 45 left in the first quarter, it was a 1-point game, and in 1 minute, the lead went up to 10 as a result of a Boston 9-0 run.
Being on display here, the lack of it.
Jaylen Brown! Jason Kidd going to his bench early and often. Hauser, that's a three! Alley-oop to Brown, has to come down, goes back up and in. Tatum goes up and lays it up and in!
And the second quarter was the nail in the coffin. With the Celtics already up 10 after the first quarter, Boston would outscore Dallas 39-28 in the second quarter, giving them a 21-point lead at halftime.
Pritchard, he loves these. Puts it up half court of the buzzer. Bang! Pritchard at the buzzer with a three-pointer. He's done it again!
A lead that would not be given up in the third quarter. The Celtics cooled off heavily in the second half as opposed to their first half excellence, but unfortunately for Dallas, the Mavericks were just as cold. For about the entire third quarter, the Mavericks had all the chance in the world to come back and keep the game close, but once again failed to seize the opportunity. As a result, Boston finished out the game with a championship just a matter of minutes away. Jaylen Brown was named NBA Finals MVP, and I honestly think he was the right pick over Tatum. Brown took on the assignment of guarding Luka, and although Tatum was switching on to him a lot of the time, Tatum's defense on Luka just wasn't the same as Brown's. There's a reason Luka was willing to go one-on-one with Tatum and wanted to get Jaylen off of him by forcing a switch. Not only did Brown play excellent defense, but he was very effective on the offensive end.
What a season he's had. Brown goes inside. Oh, what a slam.
Jason Tatum, despite struggling to score efficiently for nearly the entire series, wasn't the worst offensive player, as he was racking up assists and pulling in rebounds. But to be fair, some of those assists came from offense created by his teammates themselves. Doing those other things is definitely important, but as a superstar and the face of the team, I think he's expected to do those other things and score efficiently, and he just didn't do that consistently. In multiple games when Boston was struggling or beginning to surrender their momentum, Jaylen Brown was the one that lifted them out of the cold stretch and kept the lead. We've seen it in Game 1 during the third quarter.
Brown, three-pointer, puts it in! Way off the bounce, nice feed inside, Jones blocked by Brown! Irving shot blocked, Brown again with the rejection!
And in the closing quarter of Game 3.
Here in this fourth quarter, Brown continues the barrage. Shoot, Brown against Doncic, jump shot is up and good. Drives, pulls up, jump shot, puts it in!
2 separate games where Jaylen Brown was a standout factor in the Celtics win. I guess Jason Kidd was really on to something after all.
Well, Jaylen's the best player, so...
The Celtics have shown that they are simply just the better team. They have no weaknesses on defense. They have a core 4 of great two-way players that can pretty much take any matchup the Mavericks have without any significant skill drop-off. The Celtics were honestly just a bad matchup for the Mavericks. Their 5-out offense essentially weakened Gafford and Lively's ability to defend the rim and grab rebounds, and on the offensive end, the ability for Boston to cross-match Tatum on the Mavericks' bigs eliminated their lob threat abilities. Luka being forced to call for screens from DJJ and PJ took away their ability to hit catch-and-shoot corner threes. Nearly every area where the Mavericks succeeded in the past series, Boston's personnel was equipped to counter it. The Celtics just breezed through the regular season and dominated the postseason, losing just 3 games during the entire run to the championship. Yes, they were in a weak Eastern Conference, and yes, every round of the playoffs they went against teams that didn't have their best player, but to me, the only team that really had a chance to win was the Pacers, because of their ability to play fast and attack in transition. But given the Pacers have no experience and are incredible chokers, Boston swept them no problem, and I don't think Halliburton would have made much of a difference. The Celtics deserved this ring, they were the best team, so props to them, and congrats to the Mavericks on a great season. They went from a team that nobody really took seriously to a title contending team after 2 significant additions. But now that the NBA season is officially over, I just want to say thank you to every new subscriber, every person that saw my videos and actually enjoyed them, every comment, and every person that hit the like button. This channel grew from about 800 subs, and in the span of just the playoffs, it's grown to over 4,000. I don't even know 4,000 people, so to see that many people enjoy hearing me talk about basketball is an awesome sight to see. So thank you to all of you, and don't worry, the content is going to keep coming, and we will keep growing together. But anyways, what did you guys think about the NBA Finals this season? Was it boring because of the 5-game result, or was it still interesting to see a matchup between 2 young superstars? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.